Alright guys, I want to welcome you back to the channel, or first time viewer, welcome to the channel. I'm going to introduce a new project that's just hopefully out of frame. I want to show you guys what we got, how it showed up, and then we're going to start modding it. All right, so I'm going to insert some pictures of how it showed up, and then kind of a real quick succession of pictures of how we unboxed it, and I'll show you how it sits now. This is our 2024 Boom XP Pro Boom Vader 125. It is a Chinese clone of a Honda Grom. As you can tell, it's definitely got that chrome. Definitely has that Grom headlight to it. Fairings look kind of close. There is a lot of parts interchangeability between this and a Grom. But what you get with this versus the Grom is a much cheaper entry point into a bike that you can modify. So that's how it sits now. So why the Boom Vader, and it has many counterparts, versus a Grom? In my area, I could not find a used Grom, and some of them were ragged out. Some of them had already been modified, high mileage, everything, for less than $3,000. This guy delivered to my door with an MCO and a bill of sale, which, if you don't know, that's what you need to take to your local DMV to get it registered and plated, and a title. And then you add it to your insurance. As a motorcycle, you're good to go. These are street legal. Start out to buy a used, or a new Grom, you're up here. To buy one of these, it's just under half the price. And I just couldn't say no to that, knowing what the plan was with the bike. A lot of people will talk crap about these, but at the end of the day, there's really no difference between this and a Grom. I mean, there's a few differences, but with what we plan to swap out or modify on this bike, it's not going to be a Boom Vader at the end of the day. And if I would have spent the money on a Grom, it wouldn't be a Grom anymore either. We're going to change out a lot. We're going to do new mirrors, we're going to do new bars, new grips, new levers, new shifter, definitely a new exhaust. We're going to do a tail tidy on it. I might get my buddy MCO Parts to rewrap the seat to kind of go with the color theme of the bike. And now this will take me a while to get to the point where I call it finished. You know, honestly, they're never really finished, are they? New wheels, possibly new calipers, maybe a new master cylinder, maybe some new body parts, eventually an engine swap. We're gonna swap the chain out, we're gonna swap the back, and everyone will tell you, oh, well, you'd be better off just getting a Grom to start if you're going to modify it. Why? I'm going to take the same parts off of this that I would take off a Grom. So really, what's the difference besides the frame? I think that's really the only thing we're not going to touch. Eventually, I want to go to like every aspect of this bike. I want to do 4 cartridges. I want to do a new rear shock. Like, there will literally be nothing that doesn't get touched on this bike. So why am I going to pay twice as much for a used Grom when I can get a brand new bike and I'm further ahead? I just don't. Not saying that the Grom's not a good bike. If your plan is to get on a little bike and commute and go, yeah, I would definitely do it. But if your plan is to mod one, like every aspect of it, there's no point in paying the premium price for a Honda Grom when you're just going to strip it all back and swap everything that makes it a Honda Grom anyway. We have, like I said, there's an Ibby carb, there's an exhaust, there's some controls, there's a foot lever, there is a tail tidy. So we have some work to do. So I'm going to stop talking. We're going to get on it. This is not going to be a how-to video, just a general high-level view of getting the bike, what I'm going to do to it to make it my own, the stuff I'm going to do to make sure that I don't get stuck somewhere. So we're going to crack into that, probably a time lapse, and we'll come back and show you the finished product. Now, things like the exhaust, I will start it up so that you can hear the difference between this exhaust and the exhaust that I have over there, which even if it sounds the same, it looks amazing. So all right, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna stop talking. We're gonna get into it and let's go. First thing we're gonna change out, I've already gone ahead and taken the factory chain off, and we're gonna replace it with this gold RK chain. And I'm also changing this out because we're going to upgrade the sprocket, the drive sprocket. We're going to upgrade that to a 17 tooth. So we've got our 17 tooth sprocket there. The factory was a 14. I think I misspoke and said 15 earlier. And our RK gold chain is in place. I need to tension it, but that should do that. And next, what I want to do is, one of the complaints about this, and you can see there's some slop, and just trying to get it in neutral while it was sitting here so that I could run the chain through was kind of a pain. This linkage is, well, it just overcomplicates things. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove this whole get up with the linkage, the arm, and the shifter, and replace it with just a shifter that goes directly to the shift rod that comes out of the motor. Well, slight change of plans. This, I put it in, contacts the case, and I don't think there's any way to like grind that down so that would clear. So, well, we'll save that for another project, and I'll order something that'll actually work with this. All right, we've got our controls done. We've got our chain and sprocket on. I ordered our new shift lever. Should be here tomorrow, I believe. Next, I want to address this thing here. Oh my. Yeah, we can't have that. So I found it. This thing is for a Grom. It's by TST Industries. I sure hope I got the right one. If not, we will just have to modify it. License plate light, brackets, a new tail section to kind of cover up the opening. And here is a new tail light that's smoked. We'll definitely have to be doing some wiring. But there's some more bracketry in here. So what that will do is that will move our turn signals, and we'll be replacing our tail light. It'll get rid of this giant piece that hangs off the back of the bike. We'll still have a license plate hanger. And I'm also going to ditch this rack. I have zero use for this. I kind of want to clean this up. And when you see the exhaust that I want to run, you'll see why. So there's plenty of tutorials online for this. I don't want to make this that kind of video. I just want to show you how it came to us and the mods we're doing. So I've already popped the seat off, pulled our battery out. I'm going to get to stripping off the stuff we don't need, and then adding the TST Industries tail tidy to our Vader. Another thing I'm going to do off camera is I need to pull these stickers off, unless they're under. Is that under some sort of clear coat? I doubt it, but I'll see if I can get those pulled off, because I just want it clean. You know, you guys know how I am. Yeah, simple, clean, and effective. So I'm going to start on this, get this all situated. Hopefully we don't have any issues. If I have to modify anything, I will let you know. But when we come back, the tail section should be looking better, and then we'll move on to our exhaust. So as you can tell by the pictures, we got the TST Industries integrated tail light, the license plate light, the tail light bracket, or the license plate bracket, the tail tidy done, and the plates in. I think I ordered the wrong one. It kind of fit. It bolted right up, but as far as the tail meeting the factory Vader piece, it was a little different. Of course, I got in a little bit of a hurry and I cut too much. I think I could have gotten it to work, but now we're stuck with this gap right here. Not that concerned about it. From about 5 feet, it all disappears because it's all kind of black anyway. But I will go back and I will body work that to close that gap and make it nice and clean. I do have some intentions of painting a lot of this bike a different color. I really like the white, it's clean, but I have a few ideas I'm bouncing around in my head. It depends on what wheels we end up going with. Anyway, I'm rambling. So that was not a TST Industries problem, that was a me problem, forcing something to fit that really shouldn't be there. Everything else bolted up right. The finisher plate on the bottom bolted right to all the hard points on the frame. So that was good. So now we're going to move on to the exhaust. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. This one got kind of long, but I just wanted to show you that you can get on two wheels and have a good time without spending a ton of money. And I mean, we did it. So yeah, don't let anybody you can't do it, or don't let anyone tell you can't do it, and that it's not worth it, and that these bikes are garbage, because they are not. Especially if you like the tinker on stuff. Yeah, these things are fun. Like I said, there will be more videos of this on the channel, so stay tuned. And until next time, guys, get out there and do it.